got a broom, he ain't cleaning his room, get the drop and he's sweeping it up. She wanna fuck with a tug, she bring her friends, skis in a car. Racks, I can't get enough. Simon said you niggas are blood.
Yo guys, it's Footmaster here, and today we're going to be doing my team of the season so far predictions. So without further ado, let's get into this. So at first we have COURTOIS. I think he'd be good because he'd be a mad keeper. He'd be one of the best in the game. He'd have high everything. Next we have Gomez. I think he'd be mad because he has high pace, high defending. He'd be broken, he'd have loads of links. Next we have Mukiele. I think he'd be great because of his high pace, high dribbling, high passing. He'd be a mad all-round centre-back. Next we have Grimaldo. I think he'd be incredible because of his high pace, high pass, high dribbling. He'd be mad in the midfield as well. I think Trippier would be amazing because he'd have high pace, high pass, high dribbling, high most things, and he'd link with Gomez as well. Next we have Felipe Anderson. I think he'd be broken. He'd be the new Douglas Costa / Neymar in game. He'd be incredible. Next we have Rafa. I think he'd be amazing. He'd have high pace, like max pace, max dribbling. He'd be incredible sub. Next we have BRANDT. I think he'd be incredible. He'd be like the next De Bruyne. Look at those stats if he had these. These are just my predictions. I think Nani would be amazing because he'd have 5-star, 5-star with all those incredible stats, even though he doesn't have many links. Next we have ZAHA. I'm sad he didn't get a FUT birthday, but this is his time to get a team of the season card looking like this. It'd be amazing in game. Next we have CESINHA. I think he'd be incredible. He'd be amazing in game. He'd have high shot pass. He would be mad. Next we have CLICHY. I think he'd be a good keeper. He'd be pretty decent. Not as good as COURTOIS, but he'd be much cheaper and he'd icon link. Next we have FABRA. Now this guy is incredible in game. His inform was broken. If he had a team of the season, he'd be even better. Next we have CLICHY. I think he'd be amazing as well with 4-star, 4-star. I think he has. He'd be amazing left back from France. Next we have Simon. I think he'd be incredible in game. High pace, high dribbling, high physical. He'd be amazing end game player. Next we have THIAGO. I think he'd be a great all-round centre mid / CDM. He'd be great in game. He might be expensive. Next we have BENTANCUR. I think he'd be a tank in the central midfielder position. He would be decent with a Camstar one. Next we have David. Now this guy, he wouldn't get many links, but look at those stats. He'd have amazing pace, immaculate finishing, and he would be great. Next we have Edouard. Now this guy would be amazing. He'd be a tank. Even though he'd have a low rating, he'd be incredible in game. Next we have Thuram. Now this guy's an all-round beast. He's like the old Lukaku. High physical, high pace and shot. Next we have Avila. Now this guy has good skill moves and weak foot. And look at those stats. High pace, high shot, high physical. Next we have Morales. Now this guy would be a decent cam to have in your team. High pace, high dribbling. He'd be really good in game. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, follow my social medias, link in the description, and check out my last video I uploaded like an hour or two ago.
CC on my feet, Macamary, my jeans. Bloody shoes, murder scene, CSI on these streets. Niggas, man, can't compete. I make racks in my sleep. Ain't Halim no week. I've been on Hennessy.